From blackboards to smartboards and slide rules to calculators, education has come a long way over the decades. In Winona, the public school system is celebrating 150 years of educating the community. And who better to help us tell this story than the Winona teacher who has been doing just that the longest? That's tonight's Assignment Education Report.
The review exercises are found in the book starting on 157.
Mr. Heisey has a long history with the Winona Public School District.
This is my 44th year.
Teaching high school math for the district was his very first job out of college.
I was here the first full year when the building was. The building had opened in the previous year, but that next year, I mean, it was like coming into a brand new place. Holy cow, that was something.
The current Winona High School opened in 1967, and at that time, Heisey's classroom looked a little different than it does today.
When I started, I had a huge slide rule across the top of one of those boards, and I had to teach use of the slide rule as ways we could calculate some things.
Now, at that moment, my interview with Mr. Heisey slowed down for some additional questioning, because using something called a slide rule to do calculations just didn't add up for me.
Have you ever heard of the slide rule?
I was just going to say, I don't know what a slide rule is. After my admission of not ever having seen a slide rule in class, Mr. Heisey's history within the district was apparent, and he adds the use of technology has been by far the biggest change in education.
Put it on the calculator. The math changes a lot in that you have to present things so that the graphing calculator can be learned.
While Mr. Heisey's story began with the opening of a new high school in 1967, the district's story began more than 100 years before that, when the Minnesota State Legislature established a school district in Winona, and soon after built the very first school, Central School, in 1867 on the corner of Broadway and Market Streets.
Education, right from the very beginning, has been really valued in this community.
And because of this community support, the superintendent of Winona Area Schools says it's important to have the community help the district celebrate their sesquicentennial.
It's kind of a milestone. It's a nice big round number, and you look back and say, whoa, 150 years ago there were steamboats going by on the river, and there's still Native Americans that were camped within the city limits, so the times have changed, but yet the delivery of education, quality of education, I think has stayed steadfast, and I think our community cherishes that.
This is the squaring function.
Some would say that one of the reasons the quality of education has held steady in Winona is because of teachers like Mr. Heisey, whose dedication to sharpening a student's skills hasn't wavered.
The reason I'm in this room right now and not out at the Y playing racquetball is I really love what I'm doing. And the reason I love it is I love being with the students.
I think education is extremely important. So I think the community is going to celebrate with us, and they understand that we're a very important part of the community, because most of our people live here and work here, and a lot of the kids are going to stay here.
And it's this type of commitment to the community and education that the district was founded on, and administrators feel that is something to celebrate together. The Winona Area School District is commemorating their 150 years of service with special buttons and calendars, and they're also hosting a few events in March. There will be a special showcase and gala, which the public is welcome to attend. And there's a fun fact about Mr. Heisey and the superintendent, Mr. Hannon. Both men went to the school district and graduated from Winona Senior High School.
So a lot of history there.
There's a ton of history. However, for Mr. Heisey, that may soon change, because he's been considering retirement, but he says he hasn't because each year he goes back is better than the last. He really loves what he does, but he's really thinking about a phased retirement. So
the students are really the lucky ones to have him for so long.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, come